With your pages scaled, you're now ready to begin the takeoff process. The goal is to use these 4 drawing tools to draw over your plans and collect the measurements necessary to complete your estimate. From left to right, you have the count tool, the segment tool, the linear tool, and the area tool. And as you draw takeoff items with each of these tools, you'll be generating a list of takeoff items, which can be viewed here on the left. Let's see how this works with each of the takeoff tools. The count tool can be used to count a quantity of items. Depending on your trade, you could use the tool to count up a wide range of items, such as openings, pipe fittings, windows, hardware, and so on. Select the count tool and left-click in the digitizer to begin counting items. Notice each time you click, the takeoff items list is updating the amount and quantity of each item you're drawing. When you're done with the takeoff tool, you can either turn off the tool by left-clicking the tool or by right-clicking in the digitizer. You'll find that right-clicking to end drawing is much more efficient. So you can see in the takeoff items list we have one line item that says EA, or each, and count, with an amount and quantity of 3. The next step is to notate exactly what we are measuring or taking off with these items. To do this, right-click on the line in the takeoff items list and enter a name in the application and product boxes in this menu. An application is indicating the way that the material is being used, such as a fitting, shower tile, lap siding, or baseboard trim. A product would be the specific product or size being used for this job. The product name is optional, but using both an application and product will make your material lists clearer and easier to read. I'll just call these counts interior doors and leave the product blank for now. The next tool is the segment tool, and it's used to gather linear footage measurements. Click the tool and draw a segment by clicking once for the starting point and again for the ending point. You can see now that in the takeoff items list, we have a linear foot segment with the amount representing the total length and a quantity of one segment. If I draw another segment, those numbers will increment, adding the length to the amount and the quantity to 2. Again, the typical process would be to draw the segments and notate the application and product of what I'm estimating, but I'll just go ahead and delete these items for now. To delete a takeoff item, select it and press delete on your keyboard. To select items, you can either left-click on them or left-click and draw a box around the items, or left-click on the item in the takeoff items list. Notice that if I select the segments in the takeoff items list, both of the segments are selected for me. Then I can press delete and remove them. The next tool is the linear tool. It's similar to the segment, but it allows you to draw out a continuous line, which is useful for things like trim. Select the tool and begin drawing. Each click will allow you to change direction, so you can quickly move through the plans, tallying up a total linear footage. When you're done, just right-click. You can see that in the takeoff items list, I now have a linear line measuring linear footage. For both the segment and linear tools, you can use the drawn lines to measure linear square footage or linear volume as well. Simply right-click on your line and change the application from linear foot to linear square foot or linear cubic yards. Once set to LSF, I now have the option to set a height for this line. The takeoff items list now displays the square footage in the amount. I can call this line drywall, and for the product I'll put 5/8 inch. The final tool is the area tool. Draw out your area by tracing the perimeter of the section, clicking at each point around the plan. You can draw over openings such as windows and stairs too, as those can be subtracted out at any time. To do this, right-click in your area container and choose Subtract a Section. Subtracting a box section will cut out a rectangle, and subtract a section will allow you to cut out a more complex shape if required. And again, the last step after drawing an item is to assign an application and product by using the right-click menu and typing into the boxes. In the next video, we'll cover some more of the advanced takeoff tool concepts.